The Kali, which means the age of darkness. In the cycle of the solar system, not in the cycle of the planet, in the cycle of the solar system, it does a cycle in 25,920 years. In this, if you divide it into half, there are 4 yugas and 4 yugas, totally 8 yugas. Only the Kali and the Sat are coming together, paired together, 2 Sat yugas, 2 Kali yugas. But the other 2 yugas, the Dwapar Yuga and Treta Yuga are separated by Kali and Sat yugas. Now this is… the yuga that we're talking about is significant because of the distance that we create between the solar system and the super sun around which it is going around. The further away that it goes, lesser the intelligence of the beings here. So Kali Yuga is a time when there is maximum distance. Because of this maximum distance, the human intellect is at its lowest. And then, as it starts moving closer, human intelligence will begin to blossom. Actually, they go to the extent of saying that human ability to understand and use the electrical and magnetic forces in the human system will get better as it gets closer and get worse as it gets further away. Today you know, your intelligence is essentially how your neurons crackle in the brain. Yes? If you see a kind of a simulated image of the brain, you will see it's crackling around. Can we put this image? Do we have the brain image, Blue Brain project? So, you will see it's pulsating with crackling like electricity because how much electrical charge it can carry determines how well you can think, how clearly you can think. One thing that recently the physical scientists have come to, the yogic sciences have been saying this for a long time. The physical scientists have come to this, they are saying, looking at the physical laws that rule the solar system, they feel there is no room for further development of human brain. Why this is so is, if you increase the size of the neurons, it will become more capable, but it will take too much electricity. Right now as you sit here, 20% of the energy is being spent in your brain. 20% of the calories are right now being burnt in your brain, remaining 80% for such a big part of your body. 20% is spent only here in your brain, because brain is a high power-consuming part of your body. Suppose your brain became this big, you would need too much energy, you would need such a big stomach to accommodate that. I know some of you are trying, but it doesn't work that way. That's another way it works. If you create such a big brain, you will not be able to supply power to it. If you increase the number of neurons, then you could still do better with the same amount of power. But if you increase the number of neurons, then the way it is packed right now, the clarity of signals will go away. This is the case with many hyperactive children. The number of neurons in their brain is higher than normal. They are brilliant but scattered all over the place. They can't think straight. They're brilliant in spurts, but nothing comes out of it because there is no clarity. So if you increase the size, it doesn't work. If you increase the number, it doesn't work. So they're saying according to the physical laws, it is not possible for human brain to evolve further, but we can learn to use it better. Right now, the way we're using it is a very mediocre way. So that's an electric charge. So increasing the size of the brain or increasing the number of neurons are not possible, so they're coming to this conclusion that human intelligence cannot be enhanced, but it can be better used. Right now, the way we are using it is very mediocre. If more sophistication comes to the way you use it, you can increase your brain power, they're saying approximately 3,000 times than the way it is right now. 3,000 times more intelligent than the way you are right now would be incredible, isn't it? 3 times more would be fantastic. So we can learn to use it better, but we cannot evolve this brain further because the physical laws don't permit it. The yogic sciences have said this long time ago, that human intelligence and human body cannot be developed further because we have reached… the physical laws have reached this limit because the way the earth rotates around the sun and the way the moon cycles around this earth, all these things we have reached. Human body has reached that potential. It cannot go further. But at the same time, yogic sciences once again say, but your ability to use it can be enhanced by doing variety of things. One of the things that we spoke about just now is brahmacharya. That is, you can generate that kind of energy in the system, that if you had 10 brains, it could still power it. If you have 25 brains, it could still power it. You could sit here and power 1,000 brains which are sitting around you by generating the necessary energy, by raising the kundalini, by bringing your energies to full force. You can power 1,000 brains if you want. That much energy is there. So we said, there are sages who are referred to as people who had 1,000 hands, 10,000 hands. Why it is being said is, what 10,000 men could do, one man is doing. In many ways, modern technology just represents that, you know. But in a much more internalized way, a human being can be in such a way that his intelligence could cover for 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 1,000,000 people, because there is another way of generating more efficient energy within the system. The scientists are looking at how body generates energy in its normal condition, and they're saying, if you have a little bigger brain, you won't be able to supply power to it. But there are other ways to generate, and you don't need a bigger brain, you don't need more neurons, you need more energy. If you had more energy, more refined energy, you would see, if you had to light this hall, there was a time you need 5,000 watt bulbs we were using. Today, you use 100 watt halide, it's on. Now, this hall is going to get… one of our meditators is sending it from United States to us. He manufactures the very powerful LED lamps. These bulbs are 12-volt, okay? 12-volt bulbs, they're going to light up the whole hall. This was unthinkable just 5 years ago. With 12-volt bulbs, you're going to light up such a big hall? We are going to do it. So with very little power, we are lighting up things because the way we use the power and the refinement of how it happens enhances our ability to use it. What goes for a LED lamp definitely goes for the human body and human brain. So that's what yoga is constantly exploring.